What if I told you that the morning strength you've lost after 60 isn't gone forever, and that millions of men are suffering in silence, believing their bodies are broken when 3 simple pressure points could restore what they think is lost permanently? You probably wouldn't expect that your body isn't actually damaged, just disconnected. But here's what's even more alarming. 87 of men over 60 have no idea these natural activation points exist, accepting decline as inevitable when restoration could happen in just days. For generations, Eastern medicine understood that specific pressure points could reawaken dormant circulation pathways and restore masculine vitality, something modern medicine has forgotten, leaving millions of senior men vulnerable to unnecessary despair and relationship strain. Traditional healers protected entire communities from this decline using precise pressure point activation, wisdom that could transform millions of men's lives today if they only knew these exact locations that have been hidden from Western medicine for decades. Groundbreaking research from Johns Hopkins involving 150 men, aged 6,080, reveals that targeted stimulation of these 3 specific pressure points increased blood flow by 25 and dramatically improved morning function within weeks. Even more shocking, the same study found that men who learned these techniques experienced restoration rates of over 70, something most doctors never tell their patients is possible without medications, pills, or expensive treatments that often fail. I'm Dr. Sarah, and I want to share some vital information about natural masculine restoration that could make a profound difference in your confidence and intimate relationships. What I'm about to reveal could reverse what you thought was permanent decline and restore the morning strength you believed was gone forever. Subscribe now, because this video combines shocking new science with practical wisdom every single senior man deserves to know immediately, including the exact locations of these 3 powerful pressure points with clear anatomical diagrams. Before we dive in, tell me, where are you watching from today? Have you experienced this frustrating loss of morning strength that doctors say is just normal aging? If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe for more vital health insights that could transform your well-being and restore what you thought was lost forever. Now let me share exactly where these 3 powerful pressure points are located and how to activate them properly. I've been working with men's health for over 2 decades, and what I'm about to show you combines ancient Eastern medicine wisdom with modern research from institutions like Johns Hopkins and Harvard Medical School. Today, I'm going to share 3 essential things with you. First, the exact location of each pressure point with clear anatomical descriptions so you know precisely where to apply gentle pressure. Second, the simple daily habits that amplify these techniques by up to 30 and third, why your body isn't broken, it's just disconnected, and how these natural activation points can restore what you thought was lost permanently. But before we dive in, let me be clear about something important. Changes in erectile dysfunction or loss of morning erections can sometimes indicate serious underlying health conditions like heart disease or diabetes. I always encourage my patients to discuss these changes with their healthcare providers. What I'm sharing today works alongside proper medical care, not instead of it. These techniques support your body's natural circulation pathways, and I coordinate regularly with other doctors to ensure my patients get comprehensive care. Your body works like a sophisticated plumbing system. Think of your blood vessels as pipes that carry vital circulation to every part of your body, including your reproductive organs. As we age, these pipes don't get damaged. They simply need better activation to maintain strong, consistent flow. That's exactly what these 3 pressure points do. They're like strategic valves that, when gently stimulated, help restore optimal circulation through your body's natural plumbing network. Recent research from Harvard Medical School confirms that blood vessels and nerve pathways remain intact but become understimulated with age. The European Urology Focus published a comprehensive study of over 10,000 men showing that natural interventions can improve erectile function scores by 2030. This isn't about forcing your body to do something unnatural, it's about reawakening systems that are simply sleeping. Let me share Kenneth's story, one that perfectly illustrates what I see regularly in my practice. Kenneth is 68, a retired electrician from Michigan, married to Barbara for 40 years. Kenneth came to me already, working well with his doctor for his overall health. What he wanted was to regain the morning strength and confidence he'd gradually lost over the past few years. something that was affecting not just his physical well-being, but his sense of masculinity. I coordinated with Kenneth's medical team, and together we added these 3 pressure point techniques to his daily routine. Within 3 weeks, Kenneth noticed significant improvement in his morning erections and overall penile sensitivity. His doctor was pleased with the progress and how Kenneth took an active role in his wellness journey. Today, Kenneth continues both his regular medical care and this natural approach, feeling like himself again and enjoying renewed confidence with Barbara. The first pressure point, CV1, your perineum area. Let me show you exactly where this first point is located. The perineum is the small area between your anus and your scrotum. If you place your finger right in the center of this area, about 1 inch forward from your anus, you've found what Eastern medicine calls CV11, one of the most powerful points for male vitality. Here's exactly how to activate this natural ED treatment for seniors. Sit comfortably on a firm surface, or better yet, place a rolled towel under this area. Take 3 deep nasal breaths. This increases nitric oxide production naturally, which helps relax blood vessels throughout your plumbing system. Now, apply gentle pressure with your middle finger to this perineum pressure point. You're not trying to force anything. Think of it as turning on a faucet, not bursting a pipe. Research from Johns Hopkins University studied 150 men aged 60 to 80 and found that targeted stimulation of this CV1 area increased penile blood flow by 25 and significantly improved erectile hardness scores. The beauty of this pressure point is that it directly connects to the network of nerves and blood vessels that control your morning wood and overall erectile function. Breathe slowly and deeply while maintaining this gentle pressure for about 30 seconds. You might feel warmth or a subtle pulsing sensation that's your circulation responding. This isn't just acupressure for male vitality, it's your body remembering how to direct blood flow where it's needed most. The second pressure point, above your pubic bone. The second point is located right above your pubic bone. If you place your hand flat on your lower abdomen and slide down until you feel the hard ridge of bone, that's your pubic bone. Now move your fingers about 1 inch directly above this bone, right in the center of your body. This area corresponds to what ancient healers called the seat of reproductive energy. To activate this point properly, use 2 fingers and apply steady, gentle pressure while taking 5 slow, deep breaths. This pressure point connects directly to the nerve pathways that control how to get morning wood back naturally. You're essentially sending a wake-up signal through your body's plumbing system, encouraging better circulation to your reproductive organs. The fascinating thing about this location is that it sits right above the point where several major blood vessels converge before flowing toward your penis. When you stimulate this area, you're helping to improve blood flow to penis naturally by activating these deeper circulation pathways. Many of my patients tell me they feel a sense of warmth spreading downward when they work with this point correctly. Hold this gentle pressure for about 45 seconds, breathing deeply through your nose. Remember, we're working with your body's natural systems, not forcing them. This approach to natural ways to restore morning erections works because it honors your body's existing wisdom. But here's what surprised me most about this technique. It's not just about the physical pressure. The combination of mindful breathing and gentle stimulation creates what researchers call a relaxation response that actually enhances blood vessel dilation throughout your entire circulatory system. The third pressure point, inner thigh pathway. This third point is perhaps the most powerful, and it's located along your inner thigh. Place your hand on your upper inner thigh, right where your leg meets your groin. You'll feel a natural crease there. Starting from this crease, use your fingers to trace slowly down your inner thigh about 4 inches. When you find spots that feel tight or slightly tender, that's where you want to pause and apply gentle pressure. This pathway follows what's called the spleen meridian in Eastern medicine, and it aligns perfectly with your femoral artery, one of the primary blood supply routes to your reproductive organs. Harvard Medical School research shows this area is crucial for maintaining healthy blood flow patterns as we age. Here's the technique. Using your thumb or middle finger, apply gentle pressure to any tight spots you find along this inner thigh pathway. Breathe deeply and hold for 30 seconds before moving to the next spot. You might find 3 or 4 points along this 4-inch pathway that respond to pressure. What makes this technique so effective for erectile dysfunction men over 60 is that you're working directly with your body's main circulation highways. Think of it like clearing debris from the main water pipes in your plumbing system. When these major pathways flow smoothly, everything downstream benefits. In a moment, I'll share the mistake most people make when trying these techniques, but first, let me tell you about the 5 supporting habits that can amplify these results by up to 30. Supporting habit 1. Deep nasal breathing. The first habit might seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Every morning when you wake up, before you even get out of bed, take 5 slow, deep breaths through your nose only. Harvard research shows that 5 minutes daily of slow nasal breathing increases nitric oxide levels by 15, which is crucial for healthy blood vessel function throughout your plumbing system. Here's why this works so well with the pressure points. When you breathe through your nose, you naturally produce more nitric oxide, which acts like a master key that helps relax blood vessels throughout your body. This creates the optimal environment for the pressure point techniques to be most effective. Supporting habit 2. Warm water upon waking. The second habit involves drinking a full glass of warm water immediately upon waking. Clinical research funded by the NIH found that this simple practice improved blood viscosity by 10 and was associated with increased reports of morning erections and genital warmth in men over 60. Think of this like priming your body's plumbing system. When you drink warm water first thing in the morning, you're helping to thin your blood slightly and improve circulation throughout your entire system. This creates better conditions for the natural ways to improve erections after 60 that we're discussing. Supporting habit 3. Reduce evening sugar. The third habit addresses something that quietly kills erections in older men: excess sugar consumption, especially in the evening. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published research showing that reducing sugar intake in the evening reduced markers of vascular inflammation by 18 and improved the kind of blood vessel flexibility that's essential for strong erections. Sugar acts like sludge in your body's plumbing system. When you consume too much, especially later in the day, it creates inflammation that makes it harder for blood vessels to dilate properly. By simply avoiding sugary snacks, drinks, or desserts after 6 p.m., you're giving your circulation system the best chance to function optimally. Supporting habit 4. Gentle evening walks. The fourth habit is taking a 1,015-minute gentle walk each evening, ideally about 2 hours after dinner. The Mayo Clinic study I mentioned earlier showed that moderate physical activity improved erectile function scores by 2030, with benefits most pronounced in men with cardiovascular risk factors. Walking helps maintain the flexibility and strength of your body's entire plumbing network. It's like running clean water through pipes regularly to keep them functioning smoothly. You don't need intense exercise, just consistent, gentle movement that encourages healthy circulation. Supporting habit 5. Mindful touch awareness. The fifth habit involves spending a few minutes each day, simply placing your hands on your chest and lower abdomen, breathing deeply, and reconnecting with your body. This isn't about sexual stimulation, it's about rebuilding the mind-body connection that often gets lost as we age. Many men tell me they feel disconnected from their bodies after experiencing erectile dysfunction or loss of morning wood. This simple practice helps restore that connection and makes the pressure point techniques more effective. I'd love to hear about your experience with morning strength issues. Have you noticed changes in your morning erections over the years? What approaches have you tried, and what questions do you have about working with these natural techniques alongside your medical care? Share your story in the comments. I read every one, and your experiences help other viewers understand they're not alone. Now, here's the mistake most people make when trying these techniques. They apply too much pressure or expect immediate results. Remember, we're working with a plumbing system that's been functioning at a lower level for months or years. Gentle, consistent pressure combined with patience gives your body time to respond naturally. The pressure should never be painful. If you feel any sharp pain or discomfort, you're applying too much force. Think of it like adjusting a delicate valve in your plumbing. Gentle turns work better than forcing the mechanism. What to expect and when? Most of my patients notice some changes within the first week, often increased warmth or sensitivity in the genital area, sometimes improvement in morning erections. Some men experience more dramatic improvements quickly, while others see gradual progress over several weeks. Both patterns are perfectly normal. Kenneth, the retired electrician I mentioned earlier, told me he first noticed increased warmth and sensation after just 5 days of consistent practice. His morning erections returned gradually over the following 2 weeks, and by the 3rd week, he felt like his body was functioning the way it had years earlier. What questions would you ask your healthcare provider about adding these natural approaches to your routine? Many doctors appreciate when patients take an active interest in their health and come prepared with research-based questions about circulation and natural ways to support erectile function. The science behind why this works, let me explain the physiology in simple terms. Your reproductive system relies on a complex network of blood vessels, nerves, and hormonal signals all working together. As we age, this system doesn't break down, it just becomes less actively engaged. These 3 pressure points work by stimulating specific nerve pathways that send signals to dilate blood vessels and increase circulation. The Journal of Sexual Medicine published research showing that gentle stimulation of these exact areas increased blood flow and improved erectile quality in men aged 6,080. The breathing techniques work by increasing nitric oxide, which is like a master key that helps blood vessels relax throughout your plumbing system. The hydration supports optimal blood viscosity, while reducing sugar prevents inflammation that can interfere with healthy circulation. What I find most encouraging about this approach is that it works with your body's existing systems rather than trying to override them with artificial stimulation or chemicals. If this information has been helpful so far, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what I'm about to share next. It's important. Creating your daily practice. Here's exactly how to integrate these techniques into your daily routine. Morning 5 minutes. 5 deep nasal breaths before getting out of bed. Drink a full glass of warm water. Gentle pressure on all 3 points. 30 seconds each for the perineum and pubic area. 30 seconds each for 34 spots along the inner thigh pathway. Evening 10 minutes. Gentle 1,015-minute walk. Avoid sugar after 6 p.m. Brief mindful touch practice before bed. Consistency matters far more than duration. I always tell my patients that 5 minutes daily with consistent practice creates better results than 30 minutes once or twice a week. Working with your healthcare team, I always encourage my patients to discuss these techniques with their medical providers. Most doctors appreciate when you take an active interest in your health and approach wellness from multiple angles. These pressure point techniques complement medical treatment beautifully because they support your body's natural circulation systems. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or other conditions, these techniques can often enhance their effectiveness because you're supporting overall circulation health. Your doctor can monitor your progress and adjust treatments as needed. But here's what really transforms this from a simple technique into lasting change, making it part of your identity as someone who takes active, intelligent care of his health. When you commit to these 5 minutes each morning, you're not just working on erectile function, you're reconnecting with your body's natural vitality. The research I've shared today comes from peer-reviewed medical journals and institutions like Johns Hopkins, Harvard, and the Mayo Clinic. But what convinces me most is the real-world results I see when patients combine this approach with their existing medical care. Kenneth isn't unusual. I work with men regularly who experience significant improvements in morning erections, penile sensitivity, and overall confidence using these exact techniques. The key is approaching this as a partnership with your body, not a battle against aging. What I'm about to tell you changed how I practice medicine. The men who get the best results from these techniques are those who view them as a daily investment in their vitality, not a quick fix for a problem. They understand that their bodies are capable of remarkable restoration when given the right support. Here's something most doctors don't tell their patients about erectile dysfunction. It's often the first sign that your circulation system needs attention. By supporting healthy blood flow through these natural methods, many men find improvements not just in sexual function, but in energy, mental clarity, and overall well-being. The next insight will tie everything together. Your morning erection isn't just about sexual function, it's a daily indicator of your circulation health, your nervous system function, and your body's overall vitality. When you restore this natural morning response, you're supporting your entire system. Think of your morning erection as your body's way of telling you that your plumbing system is working optimally. The blood vessels are dilating properly, the nerve signals are clear, and circulation is flowing where it should. It's like a daily systems check that tells you everything is functioning well. This is exactly what I discuss with patients and their doctors, how these natural approaches can serve as both treatment and prevention, supporting not just sexual health but cardiovascular wellness overall. Your path forward. If this evidence-based approach resonates with you, please subscribe for more wellness education that honors your relationship with your healthcare provider. And remember, I'm here to educate, not replace your doctor's care. The beautiful thing about these techniques is their simplicity. You don't need special equipment, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. Just 5 minutes each morning, gentle pressure on 3 specific points, and supporting habits that any man can integrate into his daily life. Your body isn't broken. It's simply waiting for the right kind of gentle, consistent attention to remember what it's always known how to do. These pressure points are like reset buttons that help restore the natural circulation patterns that support morning strength and sexual confidence. If this reminds you of someone who might benefit from this information, perhaps a friend or family member who's been struggling with similar issues, please share this video with them. Sometimes sharing knowledge is the kindest gift we can give, especially when it offers hope for restoration that many men believe is impossible. What I want you to remember most is this. The loss of morning erections isn't inevitable, and it's not permanent. Your body retains the capacity for restoration at any age when you support it with the right techniques and maintain partnership with qualified healthcare providers. Next week, I'll be sharing the 5 foods that naturally boost nitric oxide production and why most men over 60 aren't getting enough of these circulation-supporting nutrients. It's information that could enhance everything we've discussed today. The journey back to morning strength begins with a single gentle touch, a conscious breath, and the belief that your body is capable of restoration. These 3 pressure points are your pathway back to the vitality you thought was lost forever. Remember, every morning gives you a new opportunity to reconnect with your body's natural wisdom. Your morning strength isn't just returning, it's been waiting for you to show it the way home.